Hello again and welcome if you're new. Today we went shopping at Costco and we went through the haul that I did get, and today's goal was to get as much meat as I could that made sense for us. We got a ton of beef and chicken and some other things, so we're going to go through all the things that we got. I also go through the processing of how I package my meat and store it, and then yeah, we get to put away all of this stuff we got. So stay tuned if you're interested in that, and thanks for watching. Here, I'll come over here. So, like I said before, I don't know if you can see me. We just got our deep freezer. My husband is eating a ton of meat right now, and we really like steak. We really like steak around here. And chicken. We're not big pork eaters. We don't really like pork besides bacon, sausage, and just cured type things, ham. We do like pork like that, but we don't like pork chops or pork loins all that much. Nothing like that. We don't really drink those or eat those very much. I'm not a big fan of them. Let me go ahead and walk you through this haul. So, starting out, kind of put all the meats to this side, and then just not meats on this side. So some of the things I wanted to get was, I went there for the Scrub Daddies because I knew that they had a large pack, and I just thought that that would be nice to have some backups. So as soon as, if you look right now, this is the one I have in the kitchen right now, and it's kind of starting to look a little funky. Love it. Doesn't stink. Still going strong, but it is almost, it's about time for it to be replaced. I've had that one now probably for like 6 months, so they last very long. Really love them. So I went ahead and I got just a whole stock of them because I think this will last me probably a year, if not more. And this has 8 of them in there. This is there's two in each kind of stack. So there are 8 in here, which I'm super excited about. Love that. These seem, I don't know, they seem better quality. So maybe that one that I had bought from, I think I got it from the dollar store. I think it was a Scrub Daddy, but maybe that was kind of not as good, or if maybe that one shrank over time. I don't know. Super excited about that. That'll just go into my closet or under my sink, and I'll have those available for whenever I need them. Probably won't need them again for a long time. I also went there for a pack of these. This is a Celsius that I like to drink. It's the Vibe brand. So it has the peach vibe, it has tropical vibe, and the Arctic vibe. This right now is our favorite. We prefer this over the normal like guava one and the other ones. So yeah, this is the Celsius we enjoy right now. So moving on, I did go there for these 2 items as well. This is a liquid IV. It's just an electrolyte drink. We haven't tried this brand. We just got a sample of it recently and realized that we really like it. We usually drink this brand, which we get this one off of Amazon, but we got to try this one here from Costco recently, and we really liked it, so we thought we'd give it a try. So we got a pack of that. This is the bull hide chews for dogs. It's just the hide chew, but they're just very long lasting, so they last. My dog, she'll go through it in a couple days. It would probably take her like 2 or 3 days to get through it, but there is 12 in here, and that one, we had a pack that has 1 more, and she really likes those. She has to be in a certain mood for them, but she still really likes these. Last on this side of the table is this 2-pack 105 count of Ricolas. These are 2 bags in here, so that's 210 cough drops total. They're really large bags. So that's really nice. They're just really nice to have around. We really enjoy the Ricola. We haven't had this flavor, but I think it'll be okay. We usually get the berry, I think it's a berry flavor, but this will be good. I mean, this will be great anyways. Okay, so moving on from this stuff over here, this is all different meat products, and this is butter. So we got a rotisserie. This one was a hot rotisserie that is already cooked. We like to use that to make other meals out of it, so we didn't actually end up eating this hot. It's actually pretty cold now, but that'll go in the fridge and we'll cut it up and eat it in other things. I might make a salad with it. I might make burritos with it. I might make tacos with it. It kind of depends on kind of whatever we're in the mood for. I like to do a lot of meal prep with these because they're just so easy to make into burritos. They're so easy to make into a salad. It's so easy to make into pretty much anything that we crave that involves chicken. We can make pizzas with it. We can make chicken Alfredo with it. We can make literally so many different meals with this. So I've made it my mission now that anytime I go into Costco to pick one of these up, because they store really well in the fridge. And then I like to just take some gloves and shred it off the bone and use it for whatever we want, really. We still have some of this here bacon, but I went ahead and I got more since we're eating a lot more meat these days. And I also have the freezer space now. This is the low sodium Kirkland brand bacon. We really like the low sodium one because we can salt and pepper it as we want. I just prefer this because it's just not as salty, not as smoky. It's a little bit more mild on the flavor. It is naturally hickory smoked, is what it says. But we really like the flavor of this, and oftentimes we'll put some salt and pepper on it when it comes out of the oven, or if we cook it in a pan. My husband likes to add some salt and pepper, and that's perfect for us. We like to get this pack of the Hebrew National Beef Franks. My daughter eats so many hot dogs. This is what she's been eating from all the meals before here. We like those a lot. This is the grass-fed butter. We still have a little bit left, but I went ahead and grabbed another one just so that we make sure that we don't run out. We really like eating that, and we especially like eating it on things we can taste it in. So on our bread and on our steaks and wherever we're going to be tasting the butter, and it's not going to be just thrown in as an ingredient. This is what we like to use because it's delicious. We haven't tried these at all yet, but we've heard that they're really good from just different people really liking them. So I went ahead and grabbed one of those. This is the chicken. They're just chickened sausage. I also have never bought in a pack like this, but this is a pack of chicken thighs. There's almost 11 and a half pounds of chicken thighs, and it was $20, $20.62. This is bone in, skin on, so I will be cutting the bones out and probably taking the skin off, and my husband requested some chicken skewers. So I'm going to use this to make some chicken skewers, and I'm just going to save the bones and the skins to make a chicken broth with later. I picked up one of these chicken nuggets. We really like this brand. My daughter likes these a lot. So they seem like a very clean chicken nugget, and we just really like the flavor of it. It tastes really good. And then we just got a bunch of beef. I went ahead and I grabbed this 2-pack of this tri-tip beef loin. I haven't made this in so long. I've been craving it for a really long time. My friend used to make these on her grill, and I just really wanted one, so I just got one. This one is 4.28 pounds for $34. So I know that for tri-tip, this is going to be kind of the best deal for me, because usually for us, I don't really need to cook that much. I use probably like half of one. So we'll see on those. I also got some of these so we can start filling our freezer with some meat. This is a beef round eye round roast. So I got 2 of those, and these were each 21. This one's 19, 22, and this one is 4 pounds, 4.3 pounds. This one is 3.93 pounds. Again, I felt like that was a really great amount of meat for that price, because that's about $10 each for right around 2 pounds of beef, which I think that that's a pretty good price, since I did pay 10 pounds. I spent $10 on it was one of the roasts at Winco, which was supposed to be on sale. I think it was on sale. I don't know. It seemed like a good amount. This seemed like a good amount for that price. This was $4.89 a pound. This one was obviously more expensive a pound. This was $7.99 a pound for these tri-tips, but I really wanted the tri-tips just because I wanted to eat a tri-tip. This one I got because it was I feel like a pretty good price. I got 2 of these, which this is a beef flank steak. We really enjoyed this. We just had this recently, and I just I cooked it up. I think I fried it. I cut it against the grain and fried it in a pan after we marinated it in some meat. Really enjoyed that, so I went ahead and I got 2 of those, so there's 4 total. And this totaled out to $28 each. This was $9.99 a pound, so this one is still definitely a better price. That one was $4.89. This one was a better price, that's why I got it, so that we could have some of that meat. But this one we just really enjoyed, so I wanted to get it again. And I'm going to get this all in the freezer. This one's $28 each. And then lastly, I bought this one, which is a the beef chuck pot roast, boneless. This one is $5.99 a pound. So a little bit more expensive than that one. This one's still the best price, but I know for us that we really like beef chuck roast. That's one of our more favorite pieces of beef. So I went ahead and I got that because I wanted to try it to see how we would like it. And it was still a pretty good price. This one was $34.98 before tax. And this is almost 6 pounds, just shy of 6 pounds of meat. So that seemed good to me. And then I'm just going to freeze a lot of this. I'm going to cut it and get it into Ziploc bags, and we'll go ahead and get it into our new stand freezer. And that's everything here. That's all the meat. The last thing that I bought is this 4-pack of bins, so that I can organize all my soap stuff, which is in those containers in our bedroom that now have to be dealt with. So this was kind of perfect timing. I need to get this done. There's four of them in here. I really enjoy them. This is what I have my soap already in. Yeah, and that's it. That's the bins on the floor. All of the steak, chicken sausage, hot dogs, bacon, roast chicken. I put all of the chicken together. That's great. I didn't mean to. Butter, scrubbers, drinks, dog, and our cough drops. That is everything. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff put away and processed for the freezer and get them into Ziploc bags. I'm probably gonna cut most of these in half and get them packaged separately into some Ziploc, just some freezer Ziploc bags. I have a lot of those. I'll probably end up putting these into freezer Ziploc bags and just cutting them all in half, because if I want just half for us, that'll be plenty. But if I want to get a little bit more, if I'm cooking for someone else, or if we want to make a lot of it for meal prep, then I'll be able to take out 2, and then this one too. I'll cut it in half, because then for us this will be plenty, unless I wanted to make more for meal prep. Then I'll cut it in half, and I'll take out 2 from the freezer when I am ready to do that. This chicken, I gotta debone it and deskin it before it can go in the fridge. I might marinate some of it, because this is definitely way more chicken than we need for skewers alone. But I definitely will be holding onto the bones and the skin to make a chicken broth soup. Yeah, for a different use. Okay, let me get this put away and processed for the fridge. The way that I like to store hot dogs and bacon and all of these different sausage is that I like to put one packet in the fridge for eating, and then I put all the rest in the freezer for later, and then as we start to eat through the ones that are in the fridge, I'll just replace them with one from the freezer. I did also in this day buy toilet paper and paper towels, and we'll get to put those away later. I'm gonna go through and we're gonna package up all of this beef first, and then I got to packaging the chicken and deboning and deskinning it the next day, because I just was too tired on this day, so I put it in the fridge and then I waited until the next day to actually process it. In this cabinet here is where I keep all of our medicine, right here on the very top shelf, so that my daughter can't get to it. And then on the second shelf is where all of our supplement items and our drinks are, our tea and all of our electrolyte drinks. And then this is usually where I keep all of our cups as well. This is the only pantry we have in the house. I like to keep our liquid drinks in here that are not in the fridge, and then this is all of our snacks and our canned goods and all of that. We're going to get into packaging up all of this beef, and I just use these gallon-sized freezer bags to process them. I start out by putting a glove on my left hand. That's where I'm going to be touching all the meat, and then I keep my right hand clean so that I can touch everything else that doesn't have meat on it. And I like to label all of my Ziploc bags very clearly so that I know what's in them. And also I really enjoy having a very clear label and everything, because my husband also likes to cook and he also likes to do a lot of things, so I make sure to label everything clearly so that he, when he goes to look for things, can find things very easily as well. I wanted to make sure that I labeled all of my bags first before actually digging into opening these packages, just so that I don't have to be touching any bags while I have raw meat on my hands. And then I made sure to open whichever bags I was going to be using before getting my hands dirty, just so that I don't have to touch the bags again. So then I'm only touching the meat, and then with my other hand is clean, I'm touching the knives, and that's it. Having one clean hand that doesn't have any raw meat on it gives me the ability to be able to maneuver the bags and maneuver things without getting raw meat on the outside of the bags and or all over everything that I'm touching. So that's why I enjoy doing it this way, because then it just limits the chance that I'll be touching raw meat after my hands are clean. I finished putting this half of the meat in here, and these ones were going into the bags whole, so I finished those first, and then I had to get started on the next one, but these ones I was gonna cut in half. So I went ahead and I took my glove off and I opened all the bags so that they could be ready for me, and then I went ahead and got a new glove, and then I cut all these into the sizes I want them to be and put them in their bags. When I opened these chuck roasts, I noticed that one of the pieces was way smaller than the other one, so then I just cut them a little bit funny so that I could have a decent portion in each bag. Last, for the beef, were these tri-tips. There was two of them in the bag, but these are really large tri-tips, so I made sure to cut them in half so that they would be a decent portion for us. And like I said, if I did want to make more than what was in any of these bags, then I could always grab 2 bags, and that would just double the amount that I was able to make. I cleaned up the area a little bit, and then I got these all ready to get packaged and put in the freezer, and then we went ahead and loaded them into the freezer. We put away the toilet paper and paper towels, and then I showed you how I organized them in the freezer, and then at the very end here we're just going to go through on the next day and debone and deskin all of the chicken thighs and get that going, and that's it for this haul. I did want to make sure to get as much air out of these Ziploc bags, because then they'll just freeze a little bit nicer. For all of this meat, including the chicken, I did pay probably about $200, but This is kind of a bulk buy for me, so I won't be needing to buy at least not this much meat for quite a while. I prefer whenever I buy meat to buy meat in a little bit more of a bulk and buy it, spend about $100 to $200 on a large amount of meat at a time rather than a little bit here and there. So this is me putting it away, and then I'm going to show you how I set it up. Alright, in this first drawer, I went ahead and I just put the tri-tip. I put the tri-tip in there. It just has a drawer of its own. It's treated like royalty. It's fine. And then in the second drawer, I put all of this meat, which is the eye round beef and the chuck roast. And I try to get all the labels spaced up so that it's super easy to see what I'm looking at. Down here, I laid the flank steak nice and flat because I want it to freeze nice and flat. But I might go ahead and put more stuff in there with it. And then the chicken nuggets. Everything else is currently empty. So I will be looking through our main freezer, see if there's anything I want to move. But that is done. I'm gonna put these up there. I need a stool. Let me see, can you see that? It's where the paper towels hang out. I'm gonna get a stool because I am short. I did end up buying the Bounty this particular time I went into Costco because there was a coupon on it, so it was actually about 50 cents cheaper than the Kirkland brand that I usually buy. So I went ahead and got it, but I don't normally get the Bounty brand because it's usually about $5.50 more expensive than the Kirkland brand. So it was on a fairly good discount, so I just went ahead and got it, especially since it was 50 cents cheaper than the one I usually get. This is the toilet paper that is Kirkland brand, however I do like getting it from there, and this was the best price. I do like to buy in bulk as often as I can to get kind of the better prices of things. Most of the household items, I like to buy them in bulk because then I don't have to continuously go back to the store. I don't like going to the store like super often, so I just make sure to stock up on things that is gonna make my life easier in the long haul. That's everything for this Costco haul. This here is the next day I came back to process that chicken thighs. I ended up keeping some bone-in, skin-on, and I just packaged those as a 4-pack into some Ziploc bags so I can get them in the freezer. And then I went ahead and I deboned everything else. And then I kept some boneless, skinless, and I packaged those frozen whole, and then I cut some up that we're going to be using as skewers and eating them marinated. I think we did it the next day. And then all the bones and skins I will be holding on to. I did put those in their own bag, and I put those in the freezer because I intend on making a bone broth with them later that I love to make soup out of in the winter time. Here I'm just feeling around on the bag trying to get a good idea of how many chicken thighs were in each little cavity because I was trying to decide how many bags I needed so that I could write all the labels out. And then I deduced, I guess, that there was about four or five thighs per little cavity. So I assumed I was gonna have enough for about 2 bags of skin and bone in thighs, so I made labels for that. And then I also decided that I was going to kind of play it by ear towards the end, is that I needed to, I got 2 more bags of boneless, skinless thighs, and then 1 bag of cut up meat for skewers, and then 1 bag of chicken scraps. I was trying to find the best way to open these. It was kind of difficult because I thought maybe that I could peel it, but that was not the case, so I did have to cut it, and I was trying to keep it as clean as possible. I did do a little bit of a sniff test after I opened these, just because chicken always makes me really nervous, so I make sure to smell it, that it doesn't smell funky at all, and then I proceeded because everything seemed like it was good. I went ahead and I packaged about 8 of the chicken thighs into their designated bags. Those were going to go in the freezer as is. And then I went ahead and pulled all of the chicken out of their bags so that I could start cutting off the skin and bones. I went ahead and I removed all of the skins first, and then after I had all the skins removed, I started on cutting out all of the bones. I had decided to get the bone and skin on and do this whole process myself because the bone and skin on thighs were half the price than the boneless, skinless ones, and I just feel like I get so much more out of doing the bone and skin thighs because I'm able to keep the bone and the skins and make a really delicious bone broth with them. So now I'm gonna get started on cutting out all of the bones that are inside of the thighs. This is the end of this video. We ended up cutting all the bones out and packaging them all up. I got 2 bags of 5 of the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 2 bags of the bone in, skin on, which I froze whole like that, 1 bag of smaller chunks of meat for skewers, and then 1 bag of chicken scraps, which I'll be using to make bone broth from later. Probably not till the winter time when I'll be making soups. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to be seeing you in the next one. Thank you, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.